Welcome back, guys. Welcome to Jumpsuit Mafia once again. Today we have the Mazdaspeed 6 in the shop because it's been sitting for God knows how long. And pretty much this car is rotting. This is the first time I had it on the left since I bought it, but this thing is a complete rot box. I mean, as you can tell, the subframe is rotted. Everything, frame rails on the body. Like all this is just falling apart. And I'm just at a loss for words because I thought this car was kind of solid, but you know, I guess my ex-wife was right for once, saying this car is a complete shitbox and I shouldn't buy it. I should have listened to her, but it was only 900 bucks. So even that 6-speed trans in this thing is like worth $1,000 if I part it out. But you know, I don't know. Let's see what's going on. Maybe I'll swap it into another body or something and just get rid of the shell. But I don't know. I mean, the high pressure line kind of popped over here, somewhere up there. This line right here, it just exploded, so you can see it leaking from there. And pretty much frame rails are just rotted to bits. This is some of those times you just purchase a car and you kind of get screwed on it. I mean, cylinder 1 is dead. This thing is complete rot box. So, I mean, look at this. It's just got such a complete rot box that even the rear frame rails are just, where the control arms mount, are just gone. And I'm just like, I have no idea what to do with this car now. So I spent 900 bucks on it. I mean, the only good part has MagnaFlow mufflers. And that's about it. Oh boy. Oh man, I do not know what to do, but we might as well figure out what's wrong with it. Besides, you know, why it's misfiring cylinder 1. Figure it out from there. That box right on, really. So I don't know what to do with this car anymore. Jeez. That's what happens when you have impulse buy. You do stupid shit. It's one of those times you're like, why me, Lord? Why me? And only bought it because it's 900 bucks for a 6-speed car that's 300 horsepower. And the guy said it was an injector issue, which I changed it, and it's not the injector. And you test cylinder 1, 0 compression. So I'm just like, for real? Why? Why me? I mean, parting this car out, I'll probably make more money than what I spent on it. So, but I don't want to part it out. I'd rather drive it for a couple of years, or a year or two, until it falls apart. And then, yeah, but yeah, fuck. Well, that's what happens when you impulse buy. You get screwed. Man, that sucks. Well, put it on Facebook Market and see who wants it for cheap. And if I can flip this thing and get rid of it and make some money back and just take my hit as a loss, whatever, I'll take it. There's not much else you can do. This thing is shot. Oh well, till next time. So guys, I have the cylinder pressure tester on. Well, just a compression tester with a hose with a airline hooked up to it. And you can tell there's no air leaking out of the intake. You can't hear it. And compressor, my bad. I'm sure you can hear that. Hear that? That's air coming out the exhaust valves. You hear a slight hissing. And as you can tell, for cylinder number 1, the lobes are sticking up for intake right there. The lobes are sticking up for the exhaust, so they're not closed. I mean, they're not open, that's what I'm trying to say, because the lobes are sticking up. See, that's exhaust, that's intake. So pretty much, the exhaust valves are not seating properly, causing it to leak compression. And that's why it's not having any compression at all on cylinder one. Cylinder one is zero compression whatsoever. So, and you can tell that the oil is dirty, hasn't been cleaned, changed in a while. So, I mean, what are you gonna do? It's not my doing, but I bought this car in good faith because the injector wasn't apparently working. So, what are you gonna do? Apparently the injector wasn't working. I guess he drove with a bad injector and messed up the exhaust valves because it probably got too hot or something. I don't know, but it ended up damaging the exhaust valve somehow because the intake valves are fine. And I don't know. So I guess I gotta pull the head out and either send it out to get fixed and do it that way. If I want, I gotta see how much exhaust valves are, because I don't know if, with all the chassis rot on this car, if it's worth putting exhaust valves and the new power steering hose. I don't know if it's worth all that. So I gotta see what's cost effective. I mean, it is a 6-speed car. And it will last me for a little bit as a daily, a quick daily. It'll be fun to drive, so I can make the A4 into a drift car. I mean, the interior is clean. It's just got a little rot. I mean, not a little, it's a lot of rot. A lot of rot. I don't know, I mean, it'll do me for another couple of years if I decide to take care of the car and keep it clean. Take care of the rust a little bit. Change the subframe if I have to. I mean, there's this one guy who's selling a subframe, a rear subframe, front subframe, with an engine and transmission for $1,000. I think he's overpriced. I don't feel like spending $1,000 on that. So, I mean, I'd rather spend $1,000 on something else, and not this car. I'd probably rather put a bigger turbo on my car or something. But I mean, or do a chassis swap, maybe a chassis swap. That'd probably be better. But I don't know. We'll see. I'll figure out what I'm gonna do with this car. But yeah, I guess stay tuned for more.